Welcome back to MORTEM. Tonight's case looks like something straight out of a psychological thriller. A successful Utah businessman dies suddenly inside his own home. His grieving wife appears on television, writes a children's book about loss, and publicly speaks about healing after tragedy. But behind the scenes, detectives were uncovering something terrifying. Secret fentanyl deals, massive financial pressure, deleted messages, and evidence prosecutors believe points toward a carefully planned murder. This is the Kouri Richins case. On the surface, the Richins family looked successful. Beautiful home, 3 children, a growing real estate business, and a wealthy lifestyle set against the scenic mountains of Utah. To outsiders, Kouri and Eric Richins appeared to be building the perfect American dream. But investigators would later claim that behind closed doors, the marriage was collapsing under financial pressure, secrets, and distrust. And according to prosecutors, those tensions would eventually lead to murder. The story begins on the night of March 3, 2022. Eric Richins was inside the couple's home in Commerce, Utah. According to later court filings, he had spent the evening with his wife celebrating the closing of a home purchase connected to her business activities. At some point that night, Kouri allegedly made her husband a Moscow Mule cocktail. Investigators later claimed the drink contained a massive amount of fentanyl, enough to kill him. The next morning, Eric Richins was dead. At first, the case appeared tragic but straightforward. A grieving wife reported finding her husband cold and unresponsive in bed. Friends and family mourned publicly. Kouri spoke emotionally about losing her husband unexpectedly. But then investigators began uncovering details that changed everything. The toxicology report stunned authorities. Eric Richins had more than 5 times the lethal dosage of fentanyl in his system. Detectives immediately began asking how a seemingly healthy man ended up with such an extreme concentration of the deadly drug. And very quickly, suspicion shifted toward the person closest to him, his wife. What made the case explode nationally was not just the overdose itself. It was what happened afterward. Months after Eric's death, Kouri Richins published a children's book about grief and loss. The book focused on helping children cope with losing a loved one. She even appeared in interviews discussing heartbreak, healing, and family trauma. To many observers, the public image seemed deeply emotional. But prosecutors would later argue something chilling: that while Kouri publicly presented herself as a grieving widow, detectives were already building a murder case against her behind the scenes. As investigators dug deeper into the Richins marriage, they uncovered growing financial problems. Court records revealed disputes involving money, property, and business transactions. According to prosecutors, Eric had discovered unauthorized financial activities connected to his wife. Investigators alleged she had secretly changed insurance policies, taken loans, and spent significant amounts without his knowledge. Authorities would later argue that financial desperation may have become a motive, but the most explosive evidence involved drugs. Investigators claimed Kouri had contacted a man known as CL to obtain fentanyl before Eric's death. Text messages allegedly showed her requesting powerful painkillers and asking for substances stronger than previous purchases. Prosecutors say phone evidence revealed multiple transactions. That evidence became central to the case, because investigators believed it showed planning, not accident, not overdose experimentation. Planning. Then came another disturbing allegation. According to prosecutors, Eric had previously become seriously ill after eating a sandwich made for him by Kouri during a Valentine's Day trip weeks before his death. Investigators suspected this may have been an earlier poisoning attempt that failed. That detail transformed the narrative entirely, because now authorities believed Eric may not have died during a sudden impulsive act. Instead, prosecutors suggested there may have been multiple attempts. As the investigation intensified, detectives uncovered even more troubling details. Eric reportedly had concerns about his wife before his death. Friends later claimed he distrusted her financially. Some reports indicated he had spoken to people about protecting his assets. There were allegations he changed estate planning documents. And prosecutors suggested the marriage was far more unstable than the public realized. Then, in May 2023, everything exploded publicly. Kouri Richins was arrested and charged with aggravated murder. The image shocked America. A smiling mother, a children's book author, a grieving widow, now accused of murdering her husband with fentanyl. The case instantly became national news. But the story did not stop there. As legal proceedings unfolded, the case became increasingly bizarre. Court documents alleged additional financial fraud, insurance manipulation, forgery accusations, business disputes, and prosecutors claimed Kouri owed massive debts while trying desperately to maintain appearances. The glamorous public image prosecutors argued she projected was now colliding with allegations of financial collapse. By 2025 and 2026, the case remained one of the most talked about murder investigations in America. Every court hearing generated headlines. Every filing triggered new speculation online. People became obsessed with one question. Was Kouri Richins a grieving wife? Or a calculated killer? One reason the case exploded on social media was because it felt psychologically disturbing. People could not reconcile the image of a mother writing a grief book for children while simultaneously facing accusations of murdering her husband. That contrast fascinated and horrified audiences, especially because prosecutors argued the public grieving itself may have been part of image management. The prosecution's case relies heavily on digital evidence. Modern murder investigations increasingly revolve around phones, messages, and electronic trails. And prosecutors claim the digital evidence in this case paints a devastating picture. They allege Kouri searched for fentanyl, arranged purchases, deleted communications, managed financial secrets, benefited from insurance and assets. If prosecutors successfully connect all of those elements together before a jury, the case could become extraordinarily damaging for the defense. But the defense has strongly denied the allegations. Kouri Richins has pleaded not guilty. Her attorneys have challenged aspects of the prosecution's evidence and argued investigators built a narrative before fully examining alternative explanations. As with many high-profile murder trials, the defense may focus on attacking timelines, witness credibility, and assumptions about intent. And because fentanyl cases involve toxicology complexities, expert testimony will likely become crucial. The case also reflects America's wider fentanyl crisis. Fentanyl has become one of the deadliest drugs in the United States. It is incredibly potent. Tiny quantities can kill. And in criminal investigations, fentanyl poisonings create unique challenges because accidental exposure, recreational use, and intentional poisoning can sometimes overlap. That complexity may become a major courtroom battleground. Meanwhile, the emotional center of the case remains Eric Richins himself. Father, businessman, a husband, someone prosecutors believe trusted the wrong person inside his own home. And if the allegations are true, investigators believe he never saw the danger coming. The tragedy also extends to the family's children. Because beyond the media headlines and courtroom battles are young lives permanently changed by the death of a father and the criminal prosecution of their mother. That emotional reality often disappears behind sensational headlines. But it remains one of the darkest parts of the case. As of May 2026, the Kouri Richins case continues dominating true crime discussions online. Court developments, new filings, financial allegations, digital evidence. Every update fuels more debate across social media and news outlets. And until the case finally reaches its conclusion, one haunting question remains. Was this a tragic misunderstanding, or one of the most coldly calculated domestic murder plots in recent American history? MORTEM breakdown. Motive. Prosecutors allege financial pressure, marital conflict, and insurance-related benefits may have motivated the killing. 9 out of 10. Operations. The alleged use of fentanyl through a drink inside the family home suggests a covert and highly personal method of killing. 8 out of 10. Reach. The case became nationally famous due to the children's grief book, media appearances, and shocking murder allegations. 10 out of 10. Terror impact. The idea of alleged poisoning inside a marriage deeply unsettled the public because it weaponized trust within the home. 8 out of 10. Execution style. Prosecutors describe the alleged act as quiet, concealed, and carefully planned rather than openly violent. 8 out of 10. Mindset. Investigators portray the suspect as someone allegedly balancing public grief performances while hiding major secrets behind the scenes. 9 out of 10. Cases like this remind us that some of the darkest crimes do not happen in alleyways or abandoned buildings. Sometimes they happen inside beautiful homes, between people who once trusted each other completely. As the Kouri Richins case continues unfolding in court, investigators, attorneys, and the public are all still searching for the same thing: the truth. Thank you for watching MORTEM. If you enjoy detailed true crime documentaries and real investigation breakdowns, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Stay aware. Stay informed.